got some unfinished business.
Gotta be talking about Dane.
I'm coming for everything. You threatening me?
Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
Creed 3, rated PG-13, only in theaters March 3rd.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Hulu Theater here at Madison Square Garden in New York City, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated presents a world title attraction brought to you by Geico. This bout is sanctioned by the WBO, the president, Francisco Valcarcel. The supervisor is Erno La Vega. Our three judges, all from the state of New York. We have Don Ackerman, Alan Nace, and Tony Paolillo. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled for the WBO Junior Featherweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Zanfer Promotions, wearing white trunks with blue trim, and fighting out of Mexico City, La Ciudad de Mexico. He weighed in at the junior featherweight limit of 122 pounds. His record stands at 25 wins, 1 loss, with 22 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his U.S. debut and his first attempt at a world title, please welcome the WBO #2 ranked junior featherweight contender, introducing Emmanuel Vaquero Navarrete. And his opponent across the ring is the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner, representing Rising Star Africa Promotions. Entering the ring wearing black trunks and hailing from Anyako, Ghana. He weighed in at a trim and ready 120.8 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 20 wins, no losses. 14 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight he is making the second defense of his world title. Please welcome the defending and reigning, the undefeated WBO Junior Featherweight Champion of the World, introducing the Royal Storm, Isaac. And our referee in charge now to give instructions, we have Benji Esteves.
No!
All right, listen, let me give you my instructions. Voy a repetir las instrucciones que el día anterior. I'm going to repeat some of the instructions. Quiero una pelea limpia. I want a clean fight. Obedece mis instrucciones todo el tiempo. Obey my commands at all times. Y mucho más importante, protégete durante pelea todo el tiempo. And most importantly, protect yourself at all times. Touch them up.
No!
That NEHO stands for Never Failing Excellence, Hope, Overcoming Anything. The common refrain from Dog Bay and his team. They are as spiritually connected and as linked to a deep belief as any boxer and any trainer that we've encountered.
So what he just did with that left hand, there's no comparison for Dog Bay. His father didn't start with a blueprint, he started with inspiration.
Yes.
He said it was prophesied in his family that Dog Bay would be a champion. And NEHO is an acronym, but really what it's become for Dog Bay and his family is a warrior's mantra.
Keep him up, keep him up, keep him up.
Dog Bay already has closed the gap real soon on Navarrete. Navarrete's not strong enough with his jabs to be able to keep Dog Bay off of him.
5-inch of height advantage doesn't matter when that's happening to you.
Navarrete noticed something. He noticed that Dog Bay actually leans forward, so he tried to slip an uppercut. Just missed with the uppercut, but I'm waiting to see if he's going to try it again.
You said something interesting about not having the strength to hold Dog Bay at bay. This is a guy who's outlanded his previous 5 opponents 492 to 213. In other words, he's not the only guy who has a problem keeping him off.
Good body work from Dog Bay.
Dog Bay already going down to the body. He's trying to slow down Navarrete.
Turns Navarrete that time and
spin him.
comes with the short left hand as he gets the warning from Benjay Esteves about spinning Navarrete.
Let him out, let him out, let him out, let him out.
Navarrete has 8 inches in reach.
Yep.
That's what you should use first, but he just, again, to Tim's point, doesn't seem to have the strength to keep him off.
He has the reach of somebody who is 6 foot tall, and he's 5'7".
He does lean in, though, when he throws that jab.
Yeah, Dog Bay's leaning in, but he's disguising his attacks. He's stepping back.
Navarrete leans in.
At the right time. Then he's come back in with his combinations. Navarrete is actually lunging forward when he throws. He's actually smothering his punches.
Navarrete then comes in with an offensive surge here in the final minute of round number 1. Overhand right hand against the champion.
Yeah, Dog Bay in the corner. Actually, not in the corner, against the ropes. He was hit with that right hand, pulling back. One thing you cannot do against a tall opponent is lean back, especially if you're the shorter man.
You wouldn't know anything about that.
10 seconds. 10 segundos.
Very active
Let him out,
first
let him out,
round
let him out.
as the challenger came back at the end
Time.
of the lightweight unification bout against ESPN.com's pound-for-pound #1, Vasily Lomachenko. Right now it is the champion Isaac Dog Bay in the black trunks against the challenger Emmanuel Navarrete. This at 122 pounds.
Both guys have settled down now. Seems like Dog Bay's trying to stick and move and disguise his attack. You see him in and out, trying to confuse Navarrete. I think that was a head clash. It looks like Navarrete his head is bleeding.
Left side of the head.
Let's check in with Bernardo.
Pedro Moran, who trains Navarrete, said, I want him to close the gap. When he's attacking, he makes Dog Bay feel his power, so they want him on the attack and closer to the shorter fighters.
That time he took a step in and ate a right hand.
Tim, is that odd? I mean, he's giving up his natural advantage, which is length.
That is odd. I would expect him to be on the outside, but what he's trying to do is he's trying to get Navarrete to move forward and put some pressure on Dog Bay and make Dog Bay make some mistakes. He says that no one bags this young man up, and he wants to be the first one to do it.
Chopping down with the right hand after that exchange, trying to come in with that sweeping left hand against the shorter man. There's that uppercut, triples up that left hand. And Dog Bay backed up here in round number 2.
Dog Bay is hurt from that body shot or left hook to the body 30 seconds ago.
One of 3 left hands thrown by Navarrete.
He's hurt. That's why he's holding.
Now charging in, throws a right uppercut. Sweeping left hand, another body shot comes in from the challenger. This is a big round from Emmanuel Navarrete. Continued pace and work rate here. Final minute of round 2. Good right hand behind that jab.
Dog Bay looking like he's saying, why can't he stop this train coming? Navarrete put that pressure on him right now, listening to his trainer, and it's working.
Bear in mind, Navarrete is a guy
Let him out.
threw 129 power shots in the 11th round of his last fight.
10 seconds. 10 segundos.
He has the champion retreating right now. Champions have to go back and regroup in the corner.
Second round from the Mexican challenger.
Time.
Then he comes back with another left hook to the body. He's trying to slow down. He's trying to take the heart of Dog Bay by going down to his body and take the legs and the steam out of his punches.
Keep him up.
Round number 3 here ringside. Joe Tessitore alongside Tim Bradley and Mark Kriegel. Bernardo Osuna, our ringside reporter. You see the CompuBox numbers there. The power punches the last round, dominating with 63 thrown, landing 17 was Navarrete.
He's trying to take his heart, Tim, by taking his liver. Great victory for truth in advertising. Navarrete told us it's the left hook to the liver. That's what I'm going to hit him with.
Bernie, what are they saying in the corner of Dog Bay?
His father, Paul, says he's got to stop loading up on his shots. He's got to be quick with his shots like he's doing there, and he's got to land a big right hand when he counters.
Doubling up that left hand was Dog Bay there. He started off to the belt line. There's that uppercut opportunity for Navarrete that, Timmy, you pointed out earlier.
Well, he sees Dog Bay leaning forward when he attacks, and he's throwing a perfect punch, but he needs to be careful in throwing it from too far away because he can set himself up to be hit with a left hook or overhand right.
Navarrete's so long that when Dog Bay fights with that left hand down, that right hand is straight right is right there.
No. Don't hit him in the back of the head. ¿Está bien? Don't hit him in the back of the head. Let's go.
Navarrete right now don't seem fazed by Dog Bay's punching power.
Wow, sweeping left hand from far away.
Dog Bay is hurt from that left.
And again, a left hook comes in against the champion. Navarrete swinging for the fences here with a minute to go in round number 3, and twice he landed. That lunging left hand finding success. Tries to come back with the uppercut.
Wow, Navarrete's doing a really good job. Catch him with that left hook, getting his foot outside of the lead foot.
Let go.
Of Dog Bay. To catch him with the left hook, the sweeping left hook, as Dog Bay dropped his right hand, stepping back, trying to get away.
This is a real test for Paul Dog Bay, the father and trainer. What will you do tactically? What can you tell your son and your fighter?
How do you adjust? How do you deal with what's happening here? This is an entertaining and challenging world title fight for his charge. Packed house here in New York, the first of our 2 world title fights. And this is an intriguing one here, round number 4.
Look how Navarrete set this up. That short little hook he threw first, that put Dog Bay in a position to pull back, and he was able to catch him with the left hook on the way out.
That was the action from round number 3. Much better start to this round for the champion, Isaac Dog Bay. The taller fighter, Emmanuel Navarrete, in the white trunks, the 23-year-old from Mexico, is making his U.S. debut in this fight at Madison Square Garden in New York with a world title on the line. All of his fights have been in his native Mexico prior to this, and he has won 8 in a row by knockout.
Obviously, he's completely intimidated by the bright lights in Big City.
Boy, oh boy.
He is not intimidated. He's actually doing really well in this fight, and he's hurt the champion on numerous occasions already.
Got to him in the second round. Had the good body shots that landed there. Dog Bay was hurt. Then we just saw the lunging left hands in the last round.
Dog Bay's greatest talent is his belief in himself, his divine purpose. Remember, the first time we saw him, first round, gets knocked down by Jesse Magdaleno. We figured he was done, and he was anything but.
Got up off the canvas then. That was back in Philadelphia. Went on to score an 11th round knockout of Magdaleno and win the title. Then he came back with his first title defense in August in Arizona and scored a first round knockout of Hidenori Otake. A little different tonight here.
It was almost Teofimo-esque.
It was. If you missed it earlier, folks, when we opened up this show, Teofimo Lopez had a spectacular first round knockout of 34-win Mason Menard. Go to ESPN.com, go to the app, check it out. It is unbelievable.
And he did it one shot with a recently surgically repaired right hand.
I like what I'm seeing from Navarrete. I mean, he's switching. He's fighting on the outside, coming in the inside as well. He's winning that battle. And he's also throwing the right punches, the uppercut. Right now he's against the rope, but the uppercut, either left or right, to catch the leaning Dog Bay before he gets to where he wants to get.
What should Dog Bay's corner be telling him, Tim?
Oh, right now he's doing really well by coming behind his jab.
That's what the dad said.
Every now and then he'll rush in. He'll get clipped with either a straight right hand when he just rushes straight in without the jab, or he'll get hit with the uppercut.
10 seconds, 10 segundos. Keep him up, keep him up.
He had that spectacular TKO of Jorge Linares back here this spring in New York, and now he'll be taking on Jose Pedraza. That is after we finish up here with Dog Bay and Navarrete in a very interesting fight where Navarrete has impressed early on. The 23-year-old challenger from Mexico City, Mexico, Emmanuel Navarrete.
See, Dog Bay now is choosing to fight off the back foot. He's using some movement right now, trying to draw in Navarrete and catch him with counters like that. Nice pop shot.
Mark made the comment that a lot will now be put on Paul Dog Bay, the father of Isaac, the world champion, as to how do they adjust, what do they say, where does he take it from here? Bernardo, what can you tell us about that?
You know, Paul told Isaac, jump on him. The kid is strong, so don't come straight forward. You got to bob and weave, move your head, but hit him when you move, and then start with your jab when you're on the inside.
Tim, what do you think of that as a strategy against Navarrete?
Yeah, he's going to have to move. He can't stand. This kid is strong, and he's putting the pressure on Dog Bay right now.
He's applying plenty of it right here as he continues to step to him, turn southpaw for a moment. And there's a right hand from long range. Didn't have everything behind it, though.
But Tess, when you pull straight back like that,
oh, he's got him again. Sends him back again.
You put yourself in a horrible situation, Tess, when you pull it straight back against a guy with long arms that's pressuring you. Dog Bay right now is going to have to dig deep right now.
I don't think you call either of these guys
All right, Rick, stop.
defensive specialists.
Let him go.
Well, you got big chins and big hearts.
Really do. You got a lot of big dreams. That was off balance that time as Navarrete threw that punch and Dog Bay hit the canvas. Their success with a short uppercut on the inside, trying to chase him down.
Dog Bay's retreating now.
He
Let him go, Dog Bay. Let him go.
Dog Bay continue to take these punches.
Let him go.
Navarrete is going to be the champion real soon. He's getting hit flush with these combinations.
And what you have with a guy who can throw 129 power shots in an 11th round is really a relentless fighter.
Kind of attitude you have to have if you want to be a champion. And he has turned things up here.
Stop holding.
In complete
10 seconds,
control
10
here.
segundos.
The champion looks tired. The champion looks confused. And I'm sure the champion didn't expect this type of fight.
End of 5, and Dog Bay's in a bit of trouble. Watch the recent trend of this fight, and you could see that Navarrete, what he discussed with us yesterday, visualizing that dream of the words "and new." He says over the last few days, his diet, his dehydration, he just can't sleep. So all he does is he stays away, visualizing, thinking about becoming the champion. He stays the course here. That may become a reality.
Navarrete right now is just full of confidence right now. He knows he has the champion backed up and confused.
Let's remember what Navarrete predicted for us. A KO by round 8. I will not let the judges steal this from me. I'm not casting aspersions on the judges. Just trying to keep you apprised of what Navarrete said.
Dog Bay looking for an opportunity. There's some noticeable swelling around the right eye of the champion, Isaac Dog Bay.
Yeah, he has to deal with movement. He has to deal with those long arms from Navarrete. Navarrete just caught him with a nice counter left. He's switching from right-handed to left-handed. He's doing a lot right now. He's showing everybody that he wants to be the champ.
Sending him off balance again.
Joe, you touched on the swelling around both eyes. And we're so accustomed at this point to seeing Dog Bay as a cheerful, happy champion. But there's something dispirited about the look in his face right now.
Yeah, it's called the leather that he's eating from Navarrete. There's no doubt about it, Mark.
He needs to do something drastic right now, because if he continues to take this punishment, I think the corner might stop it, or Navarrete might knock him out or stop him.
How do you stop your fighter if it's been prophesied from God?
Listen to me.
And you're his dad. If it's blood, you know, it's a complicated matter.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up, because and we haven't arrived at that point yet, at this point in the fight, although Navarrete is in control. But it's not always applicable, some of the common sense of boxing, when you talk to Paul Dogbe.
Watch your feet.
Well, Lomachenko, for instance, has a distinctive training regimen, but there's nothing like Dogbe's. He spars with his dad, his uncles, his cousin. There's no precedent for how Dogbe learned the business.
This is when that tough sparring against tough opposition or fighters come in at. When you have to dig deep, sparring with your brother, sparring with your dad. That might have worked for a few fights, but it's not working right now.
10 seconds, 10 segundos.
Trying to retain his belt here in his second title defense. Isaac Dogbe. The IBF is open, and Garcia has the showdown with Spence coming up in the spring.
Teofimo wants that IBF belt first.
I don't think there's anything stopping him at this point. That guy gets his opportunity with that power, youthful exuberance, confidence. He is supercharged.
I agree. I definitely agree, but I definitely want to see him with a real one, just like himself.
They put him in with a real one tonight, an 11-year veteran.
11-year veteran, but I want to see somebody on the rise just like himself.
This guy wasn't there to lose, Timmy.
I understand that.
Wasn't there to lose.
No, I'm not taking nothing away from the kid. I think the kid is ready right now for a world championship. But what I'm saying, I want to see him against a guy that can hit back. Navarrete right now showing his versatility, moving back. Got pinned on the ropes right there by Dogbe. Working that body.
Needs things to turn around here. Bernardo, what can you offer from the corner of Navarrete?
Pedro Moran is extremely happy with what Navarrete is doing. He says, I see us winning this fight. He's got great conditioning still, but I want him to start working the body to wear down Dogbe.
There's body work on the inside from the champion. See if he can turn things around here in these middle rounds.
Timmy, why, if you're Navarrete, move back in this round when you had it?
Well, he's exhausted from throwing all those punches from the previous rounds. So I think this is like the takeoff round right now, recovery round for him. He's trying to catch his second win. Hey, he's retreating. That's exactly what he's doing right now. He's resting. He doesn't feel threatened by the champion.
Championship fight, you don't rest.
No, you're right.
Take off seconds maybe if you have to. You don't take off rounds, and that's what he's doing now.
He's taking off this round, yes. Absolutely. He's still looking for that uppercut. Dogbe leaning forward. He's paying for that mistake.
We were talking before about the difference between Dogbe and other fighters. The other guys come up through amateur systems. The only voice that Isaac has heard is his dad's. He has no basis for comparison. He has to have absolute faith in what his father tells him. His dad told him he'd be an Olympian. His dad told him to be a champion. Came to pass.
His father has pushed education on Isaac.
No punches.
It's almost, looked like it's almost swollen shut.
See that in our 4D replay. As we are now in round number 8 of our WBO Junior Featherweight World Title fight. Isaac Dogbe Shorter fighter in the black trunks who really burst on the scene this past year. Was so impressive with his victory against Magdaleno, and then his first round knockout on ESPN this summer. And he has a real challenge if he wants to retain things here against Navarrete.
This is exactly what Dogbay needs to do. He needs to press forward. He needs to get close. He needs to work those short arms, work that body, and stay close to Navarrete. And don't let him bag out and use his reach.
You see the reach advantage for the Mexican mandatory challenger. 72-inch reach for Navarrete. As he goes to the body, does Dogbay. And there's a right hand. And maybe the champ has a little something here in round number 8.
That's exactly what those body shots are doing. Taking the legs of Navarrete and also setting up the big shots over the top, because Navarrete has to protect his body.
Good turnaround here for Dogbay. A lot of fight now left in the champ, isn't there?
This is the round that Navarrete predicted a knockout. Instead, what we're seeing is Isaac Dogbay showing his greatest talent of all, the ability to remain undiscouraged.
Dogbay looking for a big left hook. You see all his weight shift in the front now. Dogbay now is leaning on his back foot. He's looking for an overhand right. He's trying to set something over the top of Navarrete. See, one thing that Navarrete stopped doing was he stopped going to Dogbay's body.
Stop jabbing, too.
He's tired. And Dogbay's coming on strong.
And he's following straight back and throwing punches. It's a jab to the body, just missed with the overhand right.
No punching.
See, when you take rounds off, you give your opponent life.
And he had momentum.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
Let him go.
Thought he could get away with it there in round number 7. Dogbay got the breather, recharged, understood the circumstances that were in front of him, and now has rallied here. A convincing round number 8 for the world champion.
Let's go. Oh.
You can hear the sense of urgency in the corner of Isaac Dogbay. This right hand helped the cause in the last round.
Yeah, you see how Dogbay squats down here in the cubby hole, gets away from anything. You see Navarrete in a bad position right here. Call that no man's land. There's nothing he can do from that position. Set himself up to be hit with the right hand by the champion, Dogbay.
Keep in mind how we arrived at this point. Navarrete, with the body shots in round 2, had Dogbay hurt with the lunging left hands in round 3, and then controlling the action in the 4th, in the 5th, seemingly headed towards the possibility of upsetting the champ. Then he takes the 7th round off, and then the rally by Dogbay in the 8th. And here we are, round number 9 of this 122-pound world title fight. Bernardo.
We know that Emmanuel Navarrete has had hand trouble in the past. His right hand is hurt. And Pedro Moran, I asked him, what did you tell him he has to do with that right hand hurt? Throw!
Knockdown, scored.
Slip.
Nope, slip. Please, Bernardo, continue.
So he just said, despite his hand being hurt, he asked him to throw more punches. We saw what he did when he had his hand hurt, and he still went. And in the 11th round, threw 129 power punches. He's got it in him. He's got to find it, though, against the champion.
Thank you, Bernie.
So that overhand right will be there again for Dogbay. It was a slip that time, but Dogbay will have his opportunities due to the fact that that hand is hurt from Navarrete. The right hand.
If Navarrete's right hand is hurt, he might get him, might throw the shot to give him the advantage in the first place, which is the left to the body, and do a little bit of jabbing.
Oh, this is a good seesaw battle right now. Navarrete choosing to fight.
There he comes lunging in again from range.
Anytime Dog Bay sits out there on the limb, no man's land, and don't do anything, doesn't move his head, Navarrete comes on strong with his combinations.
You heard his father and coach in between rounds stay in his chest, walk forward.
Let him out.
He hasn't been able to do that this round.
Oh, Isaac right now.
10 seconds, 10 segundos.
Isaac right now is setting himself up to be hit with a right hand. He's leaning towards that back foot.
Time. Get up. Time in. Vamos.
If you score it as I did for Navarrete, it's a 3-point switch. It's a 3-point turnaround that round.
This is going to be an interesting scorecard, I believe, at the end if it continues to go this way.
Oh, I completely agree. Reminder, we are working our way towards the unification bout. The two world champions who will be stepping in to decide things in the lightweight division. The great Vasily Lomachenko and the confident Jose Pedraza. Ukrainian fans, the Puerto Rican fans out in force tonight here at Madison Square Garden. Special night in the city. Heisman was handed out, and now two world championships to be decided here.
Guys are just throwing some bombs.
Our feet was a little tangled.
Yeah, it was just off balance that time after that left hand.
But he was hit with a shot.
I just don't know why Navarrete doesn't rely more on that jab.
He should have do him some justice. I mean, the jab is the longest weapon to the target.
And he has the huge reach advantage
8
to
inches.
utilize it. 8-inch reach advantage for the Mexican.
Anytime Dog Bay gets close into the pocket, he dominates the pocket. But he's bagging out right now. He's putting himself in our situation.
Oh! Lunging left hand, and in that red corner, Dog Bay slips down. That is one of the issues of backing up into that corner. The ice bucket, the water, the spray, and then his feet split awkwardly.
He's buzzed by that shot. That left hook landed flush on his chin. He is buzzed by that shot right now. Dog Bay.
What goes around comes around. That should have been a knockdown.
Slip one way, slip the other, sure.
That shot landed a lot more cleanly than Dog Bay's.
Agreed.
No punch.
That's it, did, but there's water in that corner, and you want to stay out of it.
Always want to keep away from the red and blue corners, backing yourself up while your opponent is going on an offensive surge and coming after you.
And I see a big uppercut for Navarrete.
There's an opportunity for it right there, Timmy.
There it is. Navarrete forcing him out with the pressure and the combinations, catching Dog Bay on the way out with these combinations.
Tim, you pointed it out earlier. The challenger having a big finish here.
I would definitely call that a slip.
You can see the water staining there where all the ice, the water is sprayed, and then he's looking for some traction, and then the left hand comes in, but his feet and legs separated awkwardly there. Round number 11 here. This has been a very entertaining title fight here. This
Keep him up, man. Keep him up now. Come on.
22 pounds in the WBO. Dog Bay, the champion, full of confidence. And Navarrete has had a sensational run to become the mandatory challenger. He's 25-1. He lost very early on in his career. His only defeat as a pro happened when he was 17 years old.
Navarrete can land the right hand at leisure if he wants. Look at the left hand of Dog Bay. It's down. Plus, he's leaning on his back foot. He's in line to be hit with the right hand.
Boy, he's got that hop in his step, too, as if he knows that it's within range of becoming a new world champion.
He smells it, Tess.
He does.
Both these guys having to dig down deep. one from a hand injury, and taking vicious body shots. Navarrete and the champion right now. Eyes half closed, taking a beating right now.
Well, the swelling around the eyes is really significant as Navarrete continues on the attack. In fact, that left eye has worsened just in this round alone on the champ.
And that left body shot that Navarrete just landed took the air out of the tires of the champion, Dog Bay.
The Mexican challenger, Emmanuel Navarrete, in control here again. You see Benjay Esteves saying, wipe down the mat in that corner.
It's like a river back there.
Oh, listen to me. You gotta.
That's not going to dry up anytime soon. No. Meanwhile, blood coming from the nose of the world champion. His left eye nearly swollen.
Break. Isaac, stop holding. Come on now.
It's impossible to disagree with Paul Dog Bay's analysis. You have to keep coming forward. When Dog Bay moves backward, he's losing. It's that simple.
He just ate another combination to the head. The champ is in serious trouble here. An uppercut lands from Navarrete. 4-punch combination that finished with a left to the body. Dog Bay backed up.
There's absolutely no defense from the champion Dog Bay. He is hurt right now.
And he is taking
10 seconds.
Once again in that red corner. But this time able to stay on his feet. And sometimes there are survival tactics. And he is sent out with Emmanuel Navarrete starting off this 12th and final round, trying to hunt down a world title.
Dog Bay is extremely hurt right now. He's retreating. He's extremely fatigued, and he's going to have to do something spectacular right now. Maybe a knockout he needs. I think Navarrete's up in this fight.
I don't think there's any doubt about it right now.
You're holding. Let him go.
You want to win the title, go out and earn it in the 12th round. Finish strong. What will Navarrete offer up here?
Right now, the movement right now is giving Navarrete some problems. Navarrete trying to get close.
Come on.
I don't think the champ can win from movement right now.
No, the champ needs
something.
He needs to stay close.
More like footwork.
And like I told you,
come on now.
When you bag out from a tall man, you allow him to extend his arms on you, especially when you go out fat. Just like Dog Bay's doing.
Stop. One moment.
I'm not even sure it's
no more, okay?
Certainly not a failure of heart. I'm not even sure it's a failure of technique. I think that Navarrete just has Dog Bay outgunned.
Navarrete's tough. He can take a punch.
It happened early and it happened late. There was that glimmer of hope from the champion in the middle rounds. But since then, look what the Mexican challenger continues to do. He is closing in on becoming a new world champion here in New York.
And you see when Dog Bay gets close, he clutches, wrestles, just to get a little bit of rest.
What the corner's not thinking about is thinking about Dog Bay's future right now. He's a young guy, 24 years old. They should save him right now. He's taking too much punishment right now.
It's very difficult to do that if you see your son as a warrior king.
Threw a desperate right hand there, but look at his body language and look at that left eye as blood streams down the face of Isaac Dog Bay. And Navarrete continues to pour it on here. Final 30 seconds. Off balance, thrown down, a push and a slip.
Okay.
This is turned into a New York beatdown from Navarrete.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Alan Nace scores the bout 115 to 113. Judges Anthony Paolillo and Don Ackerman both scored about 116 to 112. All three in favor of the winner and the new WBO Junior Featherweight Champion of the World, Emmanuel Vaquero Navarrete.
Very well earned for Navarrete.
And I'm so glad that the judges got it right, baby.
Adonis Creed.
You don't remember me, huh?
What happened with you two?
We was like brothers.
I got some unfinished business. Got to be talking about Dane.
I'm coming for everything. You threatening me?
Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
Creed 3, rated PG-13, only in theaters March 3rd.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue here at the Gila River Arena. Once again, the action being brought to you by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated in association with Peltz Boxing Promotions. Being sponsored by Geico and broadcasting on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and streaming on ESPN Plus, the officials at ringside. WBO President and Supervisor Francisco Paco Valcarce. Our three judges at ringside, Lisa Jampa, Robert Hoyle, and Rocky Taylor. At the sound of the bell, the man in charge of the ring, referee Tony Weeks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest rivalry in professional boxing, Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Here we go. This is the main event of the evening. This bout, set for a distance of 12 rounds on the line, the WBO Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, the fighter in the blue corner. He enters tonight as the challenger and wearing Boricua red, white, and blue. When he stepped on the scale, he weighed in at an official 134.5 pounds. As a professional, he maintains an outstanding record of 24 victories against 1 lone defeat. 12 of those victories coming by way of KO. The former super featherweight champion of the world, Sidra Puerto Rico presente, el sniper, Jose Pedraza. Across the ring in the red corner, the defending world champion, wearing red with the flags of Mexico and the USA. When he stepped on the scale, he weighed in at an official 134.5 pounds. As a professional, he maintains a record of 35 victories against 7 losses, 1 draw, 21 of those victories coming by way of KO. Making the first defense of his WBO Lightweight World Championship. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona. Y Puro Mochi, Sinaloa, Mexico. Rey El Sugar Beltrán.
Caballeros, ustedes recibió sus instrucciones. Aquí está bien, de la cintura para arriba. Le quieren una pelea limpia. Escúchame, cuídate, listos, vámonos.
Ray Beltran made national news headlines within the past year of his story to fight for his stay in the United States. He has long said, Mexico is my motherland, but the USA is my best friend. And boy, oh boy, does he have a lot of friends here in Glendale, Arizona for his homecoming as a world champion. Here we go, underway, round number 1, Beltran Pedraza.
Both guys right now trying to gather range and distance, timing. There's a lot of things that go on in these last few seconds. You understand, how quick your opponent is as you guys are picking and probing with the jab and trying to land punches.
Big thing to watch for, as Ray said before in the feature, his left hand. That's his money punch. It was hurt. It's been hurt for the last 2 fights. He fought really without it in his title shot against Paulus Moses. Let's see what he has with that left hand tonight. He says it's fine. Let's see.
Speaking of the hands of Ray Beltran, there was a bit of controversy before this world title fight. Bernardo, what can you tell us?
Luis Espada, who trains and is the stepfather of Pedraza, complained that Ernie Zavala was stacking the hand wraps, putting gauze, and tape. Now, the Arizona Boxing and MMA Commission allowed it, so then Pedraza himself told me, hey, I'm not worried. It's not going to affect me.
Timothy Bradley, you've been in these spots before. What do you make of hearing of that?
The
stacking the wraps.
That's illegal. It's illegal in boxing. You can't be stacking. That gives your guy an advantage. It allows him to be able to punch harder.
Once again, the commission here in Arizona was fine. They oversaw the wraps on Beltran, and they signed off on it. But that is what happened prior to this world title fight.
Right now, Pedraza is having his way right now with Ray. Using the jab, he's actually chosen to stand his ground and use his jab at distance, because Ray don't really use a jab when he comes in. Ray likes to stand in that mid-distance range and try to land a left hook or go down to the body and try to counterpunch you. But Pedraza doing a good job in using his extension with his jab at range at times, down to the body and to the head.
We've talked how evenly matched these guys are. Boxer, puncher, Puerto Rican, Mexican, skill, will. There's one place where the Pedraza camp thinks they're at a disadvantage, and that could be with the judges. This is going to be a heavily partisan crowd for Ray Beltran. Luis Espada, Pedraza's trainer and stepfather, says we cannot leave any rounds. We have to win emphatically if we're not going to knock him out.
This crowd will react to any little thing Beltran does. They are thrilled to have him back, and especially as a titleist. End of one.
Here's Ray putting that pressure. He's inching closer and closer to Pedraza already. Pedraza's not really using his legs now. Now you see Pedraza already go ahead and switch southpaw. Trying to fight off the ropes.
There was a right hand from Pedraza.
I think it's a good move for Pedraza to switch southpaw. Catch Ray with the left hand. Get him reaching with the right. So he can't land that money punch to Sugar Ray right hand, left hook, excuse me.
Oh,
Ray
uppercut comes in from the sniper. Pedraza scored well with that left hand. Ray tried to dig in with the left of the body himself.
You mentioned the Gervonta Davis fight before, Tim. Pedraza wasn't supposed to be back here at a championship level this fast. He signed with a new promoter, and it's only because Beltran's opponent fell out that he got this shot, and stylistically it suits him very, very well. He called it a real blessing.
Yeah, I mean, it's, sometimes boxing you need a little bit of luck. And luck played in his favor this time, and hopefully he's ready.
There's already redness around the left eye of Beltran.
There's a cut already.
Yep.
And there is a drip of blood now coming down the left side of the face of the titleist Ray Beltran.
And it's from that southpaw jab.
I think there have been some pretty decent moments here from Pedraza in round number 2. Both the left uppercut, the body shot, the head shot that he landed.
I told you he's going to cut.
He's fighting very smart. You did say that, Mark. But Pedraza's fighting very smart. He's picking his spots when to move, playing having good defense, responsibility after he punches, and landing the right punches.
That right hand just landed on that cut.
And there's always a common presumption that the boxer somehow is supposed to run. No, he's boxing. He's standing his ground.
He's standing his ground and he's boxing. He's picking and choosing his spots to land his punches. Like that straight left hand right there. Down to the body with it as well. But in spots, he can't stand still. I would keep that right hand of his up because Ray still has that left hook.
Right hand from Beltran. This has been an entertaining second round. They've picked up the pace. Of course, headlined by the fact that Beltran now has that cut over the left eye. Good action here in this world title fight. This is how the cut opened up, Tim.
Nice sweet right hook from Pedraza, switching it up from the jab, coming around the guard of Ray with a nice, beautiful, perfectly placed right hook.
Pedraza, the challenger, outlanded the champ 24-13 in that last round.
It's interesting because it was a lead right hook.
Yes.
Off his southpaw stance.
So Ray likes to hang out in that mid-distance range, so you know you can do things like that. And Ray don't always suddenly use his jab.
You got to really be ambidextrous to throw it like that.
Yeah.
Let's listen in to what was said in Beltran's corner. Bernardo, what can you tell us?
Former Olympian Pepper Riley told me, you know, Ray hasn't found his range yet, and it's going to take him a couple of rounds to figure out this southpaw style.
He's inside now, squared up as he digs to the body.
See, that's where Ray wants to be. He needs to be in the inside, attacking that body, slowing down the legs of Pedraza.
Boy, that southpaw jab is having success, isn't it?
When Ray comes in, the sniper snipes.
That's right.
It's easy. He comes straight through the front door.
There it is again, Mark. And again.
No knock at the door.
Well, you know, we always talk about cutting off the ring. Obviously, Beltran is the pursuer here. In real terms, Tim, explain, what does that mean? What does he have to do? How does he cut off? How does he pursue without just getting
You got to be a step ahead of him. That's exactly what he's doing right now. He's cutting off the ring well, but once he gets to the front door, he doesn't do any work. Pedraza being a longer guy, having a longer reach, being a taller guy, sniping him before he gets to that mid-distance range. Right as he gets in that mid-distance range, he's getting sniped.
4-inch reach advantage for Pedraza, and it is showing up with that southpaw jab.
But you see how he's standing in, he's moving in front of him. He's a step ahead of Pedraza. He landed that left hook right there to the body because he was cutting off that ring.
He's a step ahead, but he's coming in straight.
It's a moment of success from Ray, and then right back to range and work for Pedraza.
I love how Pedraza's so poised. You know, not exerting a lot of energy, not running around the ring. He's standing his ground. He's sniping Ray as he gets in that mid-distance range. Sometimes before he gets there, and sometimes after.
Here's what I haven't seen, and this is what I was looking for. The left hook. Now, I understand that he's fighting southpaw now, but even when he gets inside,
off balance that time.
It's the southpaw.
They were mixed up on the inside, and he was off balance when that left hand landed. Right to the bell, good action. Good stuff here. And this is what happens against Pedraza when you're up against southpaw. Watch the feet.
They get tangled up. That happens. The lead feet are on the same side. You know, Ray's front foot is lined up with Pedraza, which he uses in the southpaw position. That happens all the time. But good recovery from Ray.
Round number 4, WBO Lightweight World Championship. And not just this belt, but the chance to have a 7-figure payday this December against the pound-for-pound great Vasily Lomachenko in what would be a title unification fight on ESPN.
Pedraza was hit with the left hook to the body. He didn't like it. You saw him switch back southpaw real quick. But he doesn't want to be here on the ropes taking shots like that from Ray.
That's the punch to look for with Beltran. You know he's right if he's scoring with his left.
Trying to corral Pedraza. Pedraza utilizing the jab, and then Ray closing the gap for a moment. Still dealing with that cut around the left eye is Beltran.
Ray's the classic fighter, the guy willing to take 2 or 3 to get 1.
Yes. You can't get a little bit happy in there and get overconfident.
He walked right through that right hook with no issue at all. See if he can do work on the inside, as Tony Weeks is going to encourage them to work out of it, if not break. Weeks, of course, a veteran referee of so many championship bouts.
Pedraza right now is fighting a very smart fight right now. Not exerting too much energy. Not allow Ray to too much bully him.
I think this is Beltran's best round.
Right hand from Beltran. Closing distance. Some work on the inside from Pedraza. Has to be willing to do that at times just to keep things honest. But that southpaw jab is his walking stick of need.
He's finally figuring out the distance at least a little bit. We're coming up on what should be one of the real tests of the fight. Pepe Riley, Beltran's trainer, said that Pedraza has a tendency to tire and fatigue in the middle rounds. He's not as sturdy or as durable as he should be. Ray has a tendency to get stronger.
Yeah, Ray gets comfortable with blood and guts.
Stop.
And that's why Ray's having success right now, because Pedraza is starting to fatigue a little bit already. And that pressure's getting to him. Now Pedraza's moving forward, trying to switch things up on Ray.
Interesting, isn't it? Ray comes forward with a combination of his own. But a little bit of a role reversal towards the end of round number 4 here.
He's not worried about the first 6 rounds. He's worried about the back half of the 12 rounds. He's putting money in the bank with pressure and body shots, hoping that it pays dividends down the stretch.
We'll see how it fares, how he fares, certainly. Joe, back to you.
Thank you, George and Andre. Great to have Andre Ward, former #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, as part of our broadcast team from this point forward. Joe Tessitore, Timothy Bradley, Mark Kriegel with you ringside. Round number 5 of our title fight.
A lot of movement, upper body movement by Pedraza. I'm not sure what he's trying to set up right now, but he's exerting a lot of energy moving, bouncing up and down like that in front of Ray. Pedraza coming forward, trying to dictate the pace.
Oh, I think Ray's trying to lure him in.
With the left hook. But that left hook, just about a second to go.
And when Ray unloads with that left hook, it is something to see. We have seen spectacular highlights through the years with it.
If Ray's planning on this going a long way, taking him into deep water, he's really got to invest more in the body now.
Yes. He's landing some good body shots. Ray's trying to get him to tire. As soon as Pedraza slow down a little bit, you're going to see Ray turn it up. Pedraza's not really doing much. He's just doing a lot of movement, not really using that jab like he was using.
This is what exactly what Pepe Riley said.
We're not seeing the southpaw jab that he had early success with.
2 nice chopping right hands there after the jab from Ray. Beltran by Pedraza.
Remember, Luis Espada, Pedraza's stepfather and trainer, says we're not just fighting Ray, but presumably the judges as well. We have to leave a clear impression each round. They can't be ambiguous.
Early on, they weren't. Early on, I would favor Pedraza.
Correct.
I think Pedraza's getting a little happy trying to land the right hand counter over the jab of Ray. I think Ray, what he's going to do next, I think he's going to sweep around with the left hook. Pedraza's going to think it's going to be a jab. He's going to be throwing a right hand, and that left hook's going to sneak in for Beltran.
They have picked up the pace on the clap time and time again. Let's see the effort to the bell here. New York. He will be at home in Fresno, California. If you like fighters fighting in front of their fans who adore them, then Ramirez in Fresno is for you. And that should be a good action fight with the WBC 140-pound belt on the line. Round 6 here of our lightweight title fight, Beltran and Pedraza.
To me, Beltran is hunting now.
Yes. It's the turning point right here. This is round 6. This is when your soul gets tested. Fatigue starts setting in after 6. Try to look for your second win.
No, but that's the beauty of a Beltran fight.
Yes.
You know, I'm not saying he's the greatest fighter in the world, but always you see his soul on display.
Yeah, the pressure.
And that endears him to the fans. It makes it work on television.
What we haven't seen on display is much blood coming from that cut on the left eye. Bernardo, what's going on in the corner of Beltran?
Well, you mentioned it. They're not at all concerned about the cut of Ray Beltran, but Pepe Riley is very concerned about the fact that he feels that Ray Beltran gave that round up in the last minute. He said he started to back up without throwing punches. He needs to get back in there and build up that momentum he had early in that round.
ESPN.com's Dan Rayfield, as a ringside observer, is right now scoring it 3-2 in favor of Jose Pedraza.
Pedraza right now is setting himself to be hit with the uppercut. I don't know if Ray sees it, but look at the head leaning forward for Pedraza, and that's the punch right there.
It's the right uppercut also.
Yes.
And Pedraza right now is fighting Beltran's fight. Come here, fight me here. On the ropes.
Shoulder to shoulder against the ropes. Now some space as they close in again.
Beltran doesn't have to chase if Pedraza is going to do it for him and bring it to the ropes.
That's right. We've seen a little bit of everything from Pedraza. Had the early success boxing from the southpaw stance, utilizing the right jab. We saw him go orthodox, keep a little more distance, and now trying to bully on the inside.
Watch that right uppercut.
It may be there with him leaning forward so obviously.
What I haven't seen is the left hook.
Look at him run in to try to close the gap and get right back.
Because he knows that that's the safest.
No, but we've talked about this with Pedraza again and again and again. He's a great boxer who doesn't always utilize his natural advantage. He's fighting Ray's fight right now. Whether he wins or not, I don't know, but he's fighting Ray's fight.
That can be true, but I also think that what he's trying to do is he's trying to wear down the old legs of Ray by leaning on him, leaning the weight on him, trying to push him back, and then not allow Ray to get the space to land the shots he needs. See all the tying up and stuff? That's roughhousing, man. That takes a lot out of you.
And they were the words from the four of us in watching that last round that Pedraza's corner felt that they lost. He got away from what gave him early success, utilizing the jab, utilizing his legs, boxing on the inside, not fighting on Beltran's turn. Meanwhile, you heard Beltran's corner saying, muscle him, get right in there, muscle him. Let's see how the second half of this world title fight plays out. Start of round 7 here.
See the intensity of Ray starting to turn it up. Pedraza starting to try to get back to his boxing. I think Pedraza took that last round off.
You see the CompuBox stats. Beltran's best round of the fight, a 17-8 connect advantage.
Some of that was made possible because Pedraza brought the fight to him on the ropes.
Yes.
Ray didn't have to chase. Now he's back to his southpaw stance. Let's see if he can catch Ray on the way in.
But no southpaw jab to keep him off.
His energy is somehow diminished, which is the fear of his corner and the hope of Beltran's corner.
Well, it's the pressure of Ray that's making Pedraza make these mistakes and stand still in spots and not use his jab like he's doing now in sharpshooting. Pressure lies to you. I have to tell you, people, it does lie to you. You think it's going to be there all night. You got 36 minutes to stay focused. 36 minutes. Round by round.
36 pressure-packed minutes that can define your life. A career that goes forward towards $1 million payday or regret that you have to live with.
One of the places Pedraza's not really putting any work or money in the bag is the body of Ray. You got to slow down that pressure. You can slow down pressure by going down to the body. No one likes to get hit to the kitchen. No one.
And Ray has shown a great talent for eating jabs.
Sure has. Just a little bit of swelling under the left eye of Jose Pedraza.
See, Pedraza will catch him coming in.
Yes.
He'll get him with the jab, but there's not a second punch. Nor is there a left-hand body shot to follow from that jab.
There's that lunging left hook from Beltran. Boy, he'd love to find a home for it.
Don't underestimate his right hand out.
Nope. Good exchange here before they tie it up. Final seconds of round number 7. World title on the line. Chance for Lomachenko. Back here in the Phoenix area. A life of opportunity that it took a long time to cash in on. And now at 37 years old, after becoming the oldest boxer to win a lightweight championship belt, a huge chance for something special that could lie ahead. Defend the title here and then get Vasily Lomachenko.
You just saw Beltran connect right hand. Remember, he predicted a knockout in 8 or 9, which I thought was somewhat ambitious, but I welcome it.
Oh, there's a right hand again. And now he takes those steps forward to try to track his prey.
He's catching Pedraza on the way out. Pedraza tries to get out, moving a little bit too fat. See him step back right there and
Great right hand
with the straight right hand.
Because he's not as quick moving out. He's just a little bit diminished in terms of energy.
He's diminished, and look at sometimes he spreads those feet out a little bit too far. When you spread your feet out, you can't move laterally as quick as you want. You think you can, but you don't.
I'm asking you now, who's roughing up whom on that inside?
Of course, Ray right now is dominating right now in the inside game. Pedraza has deteriorated a little bit. Just landed a beautiful right hook right there.
Right hook came over the top when Ray went with a left to the body.
Ray will trade all night.
Absolutely, he will.
No, I mean,
he'll have it on his terms that way.
He'll eat your best. And you gotta hope you can take his.
Had no issue absorbing that left hand and firing back 2 punches.
I think Pedraza got to do a little bit more than just one shot at a time. You got to put those combinations together. I saw him earlier in the round throw some quick combinations, you know, and it looked good when they were scoring blows. You got to continue to do things like that. And then when he gets close, you know, the slow down Ray, you got to tie up the arms. Tying up is part of boxing as well. Tie him up for a few seconds, then release and then work.
Ray was already almost a decade into his career when Pedraza was an Olympian for Puerto Rico, 2008.
It's been a long, winding road for Ray. A 19-year pro. Turned pro in 1999 when he was just 17 years old.
And he was something of a phenom when he started too.
The pressure, just his presence alone is making Pedraza uncomfortable, and then you're starting to see it show up now that the fight is down the stretch.
Let's go back ringside with Joe Tessitore.
Thanks, George. Andre Ward, former super middleweight and heavyweight world champion. Head of our top rank on ESPN broadcast team. Round number 9 of our WBO lightweight world title.
Joe, I mentioned just before the round that Beltran was something of a phenom when he came out. He trained by the great Emmanuel Stewart. And then he broke his jaw, not once, but twice. Once in a fight and once in training. And it was the first major detour in his career.
You know, and there were a lot of detours. I remember you wrote an unbelievable feature article where you said Ray Beltran is the fighter classically schooled in disappointment.
I always say that the ability to remain undiscouraged is a fighter's greatest talent. I mean, this is a guy who grew up hungry, not metaphorically hungry. We like to speak of fighters, but in point of fact, hungry, eating bits of discarded food, produce, cheese, just to fill his belly.
Look at how comfortable he was with Pedraza letting loose and still willing to have him in the position he wants him. You can see the blood splatter on the left face of Beltran. Remember that cut opened up in round number 2. Pedraza trying to give him an angle.
See Pedraza catching his second win right now.
Well, utilizing the jab.
That's where it starts at.
It's where he's had all of his success tonight. Keeping that kind of range and firing off that southpaw jab.
Catching Ray right before you enter that mid-distance range. And that's what he needs to do all night. But you got to stay concentrated all night to be able to do it. But it looks like he caught a second win. Ray right now looks like he's deteriorating a little bit. You can never count Ray out.
You make the point you have to concentrate on utilizing that jab. That discipline takes effort and energy.
Yes.
Pedraza was hunting for an uppercut there.
He's trying to catch Ray coming in because Ray just comes straight to the front door. He don't care.
No, he does not, does he?
Round's not over yet, but this is how you control Ray. With that jab, movement, combinations here and there, tying them up, not allowing them to work.
It wasn't just a rebirth of his jab, Joe. I think it was a rebirth for Pedraza in the fight.
And you can see the total jab numbers as he landed 36% to 139, a 50-17 advantage.
I think this fight is very close.
Agreed.
Very, very close.
It's pretty much the fight we expected, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Ray coming forward, Pedraza trying to find the right times to fight and the right times to box and move. Nice bolo shot right there from Pedraza. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Let's check in with Bernardo.
All right, Joe, what Ray Beltran's corner feared throughout the fight, that last round, that left hand started to flare up and started to bother him. He said, nonetheless, he expects to continue using it.
No, this was a big concern coming in. Now listen, he won the world title with an issue with the left hand.
He won the title without really use of his best punch, that left hook. We haven't seen it that much tonight. Remember one thing, when it came down to it, he won the championship rounds when he absolutely had to. But again, I haven't seen that same type of old school left hook from Ray that we're used to. And I think one just landed in Pedraza's body.
Ray always land when Pedraza steps straight back, dropping his hands. Ray always find a little seam to land that right hand.
ESPN.com's Dan Rayfield is scoring this 86-85 right now in favor of Beltran.
I'm with Dan.
It's a very close fight.
Razor thing.
But again, as Luis Espada, Pedraza's corner, said, we have to win rounds emphatically. This is Beltran's hometown. This is Beltran's title.
Nothing coming behind that jab, and then Ray coming through the front door.
Not throwing enough jabs this round. He had success the last round by shooting the jab. Seems like he completely abandoned it this round. Didn't work well.
There have been a few rounds like that, champ.
There it is.
And tried to turn over a right hook.
That left hook right there was a check left hook.
Better final minute for Pedraza. Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley, Mark Kriegel, Bernardo Osuna. ESPN.com's Dan Rayfield has us an even fight as we start round number 11. How do you see this, Tim?
I think it's a dead even fight as well. I think these have been some close rounds. Both guys have their moments in each round. I would hate to be a judge.
I got 6 minutes left with $1 million or so and Vasily Lomachenko on the other side.
The way it should be. Pressure. Last 2 rounds. And the 37-year-old retain his title and cash in huge with the next fight. Or will Pedraza claim another belt? The former junior lightweight world champion moved up to 135 pounds. And so appreciative of this opportunity.
Right now, to me, who do you think right now looks like they want it more?
That's what it comes down to in these last 2 rounds.
Yes, it does. Sometimes that's what it boils down to. And that's how you can get the judges on your side. If you look like you want it more, not a whole lot of action going on, they can give you the round.
Well, I think, simply put, who's the aggressor?
Yes.
Stylistically, you know the answer.
Pedraza's doing nothing this round right now. Not even establishing his jab, the range. He's comfortable just trying to get away.
That is not how you take a title away from a guy in his hometown.
No, it's not.
That said, Ray's doing a little bit too much grappling and not enough throwing.
Like a moment like that right there where he could be letting his hands go on the inside.
It's almost like he wants a rest too.
Here we go.
There's that up jab from Pedraza. Oh! And he scores the knockdown with an uppercut! The champ goes down!
6, 7, 8.
At any moment, it can all change, and it just did for Jose Pedraza. Ray Beltran trying to hang on and fight back. Pedraza trying to topple the belt holder. Just when he needed it most, he came alive.
I don't like Ray squared up on that ropes like that. He squared up to be hit with the uppercut or any roundhouse shot.
We kept talking about Pedraza firing single shots, just jab. He finally followed it up with something, a clear uppercut.
As Ray was walking straight in.
Drama here in round number 11 when the champ was seemingly starting to get in control in these championship rounds. He hit the canvas. What a moment for Jose Pedraza to determine it all. And in a fight that close to grab a 10-8 round on the scorecards. 12th and final round. Lightweight title on the line. A chance to meet Lomachenko on the line.
3 minutes for Ray Beltran. This is your professional life.
This is it. 37 years old. You climbed the mountain to a title. You became the oldest boxer to win a lightweight title. And could it all go away here in your homecoming?
And for Pedraza, just 20 months ago, he suffered a devastating knockout loss to Gervonta Davis. He didn't expect to be back here at the championship level so soon.
And with an uppercut, too. It's kind of ironic.
We fouled it up, just like we said.
Well, what I meant by that is that Pedraza was knocked out with uppercuts. Pedraza's measuring right now. Trying to look for that home. Ray leaning forward as he's coming in. Like I said, Ray always comes through that front door. Never disguising behind feints, not even with a jab. Pedraza set him up for that uppercut, that left uppercut. There he is looking for it.
Does he have the answer after being down in the 11th round?
I don't know if he has the answer, but I don't think that he has his best left hook.
Agreed. Bernardo told us the concern with the left hand a few rounds ago. He's had that hand issue. He won a title with it last time, overcame it. Final minute here Beltran trying to keep the belt. Pedraza trying to become a lightweight titleist. What a turn we had in that last round.
Yes.
What a turn.
Pedraza just trying to stay disciplined right now. Playing good defense, keeping his distance. Trying to snipe Reyes.
Pedraza has really been tested tonight. It's a Beltran crowd in the championship rounds. He scored the knockdown. This has been a grueling fight.
Yes, it has been. Reyes put the pressure on him all night.
And we've said about Pedraza, when he's under duress, his confidence and his composure fracture. He did not do that tonight.
Final 10 seconds. Pedraza firing headshots. Ray in the corner, absorbing as Pedraza turns it on. What a finish for the upset-seeking challenger. How about it?
Judges Hoyle and Giampa turn in identical scorecards of 117 to 110. And Judge Taylor scores it 115 to 112. For the winner, by way of unanimous decision, and the new WBO lightweight champion of the world, de Puerto Rico, Jose Pedraza.
Adonis Creed. You don't remember me, huh?
What happened with you two?
We was like brothers.
I got some unfinished business. Got to be talking about Dane.
I'm coming for everything. You threatening me?
Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
Creed 3, rated PG-13, only in theaters March 3rd.
As we run it back in the desert, 2 world title rematches proudly presented to you by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, in association with Peltz Boxing Promotions and being sponsored by Geico, our officials at ringside. WBO President Francisco Paco Valcarce, Supervisor Michael Perne. Our 3 judges at ringside are Rocky Taylor, Jerry Martinez, and Lisa Giampa. At the sound of the bell, the man in charge of the action, referee Chris Flores. This is our co-main event of the evening, 12 rounds on the line. The WBO Super Bantamweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the blue corner, being presented in association with Rising Star Africa Promotions and wearing white with multicolored trim. He weighed in at an official 121 1/2 pounds. As a professional, he has 20 victories with 14 KOs tonight. He enters the ring as the challenger, looking to redeem the 1 lone defeat on his record. The former WBO Super Bantamweight World Champion from Añaco, Ghana, Nejo Isaac Royal Storm Dogbe. Across the ring in the red corner, being presented in association with Promociones Sanfer. He steps in wearing black with tan trim, weighing in at an identical 121 1/2 pounds. As a professional, he maintains a record of 26 victories against 1 lone defeat, 22 of those victories coming by way of KO. Making the first defense of his WBO Super Bantamweight Championship of the World. Fighting out of San Juan, Citlaltepec, Estado de México, el vaquero, Emanuel Navarrete.
Isaac, chief second. Mouthpiece. Okay, gentlemen, we went over instructions in the dressing room. Ya le dieron las reglas. I need a clean fight. Quiero una pelea limpia, okay? Touch gloves now. Good luck. Toca los guantes y buena suerte.
Referee Chris Flores with the rules and regulations. Dog Bay who has been chomping at the bit to get this rematch with Navarrete, is in the white trunks. The champion, Emmanuel Navarrete from Mexico, is in the blue trunks, scheduled for 12 rounds. The WBO Super Bantamweight title is on the line. Both fighters with one loss in their career. Dogbay was a 5-1 favorite in the first fight. Bomac, you talked about Dogbay not wanting this fight to go the distance, and a big reason why Navarrete swept all the scorecards in rounds 9 through 12 in fight number 1.
Yeah, because he established that real early in the first fight. He established how he was going to come. He kept coming, and he kept coming. Now look at Dogbay. See how he's trying to get close to him? He got Navarrete moving.
Dogbay at 5'3", Navarrete at 5'7". There is a difference of 7.5 inches in their reach in favor of Vaquero Emmanuel Navarrete.
Navarrete says that his boxing ability was the foundation of his win. He was never hurt by anything that Dogbay won in that fight. So he does plan to box just like he did in the first one, but maybe even go inside and move forward a little bit more to try to get the stoppage this time.
Dogbay, in response to that, Christina, would tell you that he was at his worst physically and mentally in that fight, and still Navarrete could not knock him down.
Yeah, he said he couldn't get me out of there on my worst day. He's not going to do it tonight.
Y'all see how Dogbay is shit. He's trying to come in. He's trying to get close to him, but he's not using his jab. He's just looking for those big shots.
He's blocked the majority of those punches so far from Navarrete, although the body shot got in.
Good left hand to the body from Dogbay, and he presses on, pushing Navarrete to the corner. We heard Dogbay's corner yelling at him, body, 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 and that's where Dogbay lands.
This corner one to slip.
Dogbay, a 5-year professional, held the Super Bantamweight title, made one defense before losing it to Navarrete. Dogbay also a former WBO interim junior featherweight champion as well. Navarrete, as I mentioned, you look up and down his resume, and Dogbay is the only name that stands out, the biggest fighter and the biggest win of his career. That's a slip, no knockdown.
And if you look at the resume of Dogbay, he came into that fight knockout against Cesar Juarez, knockout against Justin Magdaleno, knockout against Hidenori Otake. I mean, he easily admitted that he overlooked Emmanuel Navarrete.
I mean, you can overlook a guy like this that never been on the scene.
It was his first fight in the U.S.
You hear the loud voice to the left of us. That's Isaac Dogbay's father and trainer, Paul. Good body shot to the left by Navarrete. Goes back to the left hand with the hook, over top with the left to the forehead of Dogbay. 10 seconds to go in round number 1. Dogbay already at 5'3", crouching and getting even lower, trying to get inside on Navarrete as we end round number 1.
He wasn't 100% there for his son. They didn't make many adjustments in the fight, so I think that he's being fair. I think his manager, Mike Altamira, kind of gave him a heads up on that too, like we may need to go in a different direction if you can't get this win.
Jab to the body to start round number 2 from Isaac Dogbay.
His dad wanted him to slip. He wanted to slip and get inside. But he needs to add a jab to that.
You talked about Bomac, Dogbay, and the need for him to come out firing early. Although he hasn't landed a ton of power punches, he has been the aggressor so far.
Yeah, but he can't keep eating that jab like that. Can't do that all night. It's going to take a toll.
3 good body shots from Dogbay, and then over the top with the right comes Navarrete in return. Dogbay lowering the head, going right into the belly of Navarrete, trying to negate that 7.5-inch reach difference. Back-to-back uppercuts with the left from Navarrete.
Dogbay just landed a good jab. He could have doubled that jab up. Stay a little closer to him.
One thing, Bomac, that Dogbay is doing, he is getting inside, but he's coming straight at Navarrete, and not a whole lot of side-to-side movement.
See, his dad wanted him to slip.
Him.
To slip that jab.
Slip and go, though. But he did land a good left to the body right there in that exchange. But that right there, that jab, that stick by Navarrete, that gave him problems. It's like flashbacks every time he sees that jab coming out his face.
Good counter, couple left hands from Dogbe. Navarrete sliding out of trouble. 1:15 to go here in round number 2.
There. You gotta let his hands go.
One of the things that was kind of alarming to me in the meetings was when we asked Dogbe, how are you going to get inside? How are you going to do it? He kept saying, just fitness. I need to have my legs there. His legs looked a little wobbly right there. And again.
Big left hand from Navarrete. And Dogbe trying to clinch.
He just kept saying fitness. If I'm on my fitness, if I'm 100% good shape, I'll close the gap.
Nice slip and left hook by Dogbe.
And Dogbe Bomac continues to work the body and is effective. Good counter left, though, from Navarrete.
He needs to keep pushing him back just like that. Use his legs. Like you say, he needs fitness. You got to use his legs.
Oh, Dogbe caught with an uppercut.
That hurt him.
Navarrete looks cool, calm, and collected. Lands with a left hook. Now another left uppercut, left hook. Navarrete on the attack. Ten seconds to go here in round number 2. Another uppercut to the chin of Dogbe. That right eye of Dogbe is red and swollen. We go to the 3rd. Redness around the right eye of Dogbe. Nice overhand right. Navarrete complaining it was on the back of his head. Referee Chris Flores not doing anything about it.
Navarrete, Dogbe is looking for that wide left hook.
The one thing you just can't count out Dogbe.
His heart.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. You just can't. He's got a heart of a warrior. He embodies what Nejo means to him and his team, which we haven't touched on too much, but it's that warrior chant. It's that willingness to get out there and put everything on the line. It's that call from the gods that's brought him to this point.
Left hand to the body connects for Navarrete. With Bomac, that right eye of Dogbe could become an issue.
Yeah, hey, this started off in the first round.
And Dogbe clipped with an uppercut, tripped over his own feet, and now getting pummeled to the body.
Oh, good left hand by Dogbe on the inside, and another one as Navarrete pulls out.
Navarrete with the overhand right, followed by the left. A left-handed uppercut. A right hook from Navarrete. Uppercut, right hook.
Oh, he hurt him. He hurt him.
Dogbe on the ropes. Navarrete with the uppercut goes to the body. Navarrete has barely broken a sweat.
He smells blood.
Another combination. Landing those uppercuts at will.
Oh, he's shaking his head at him.
Navarrete fully in control.
Navarrete is just heavy-handed.
Uppercut this time to the body. Straight across with the right hand as Navarrete continues to score. A counter punch with the right from Dogbe. Dogbe continuing to get pummeled.
Navarrete is just still steadily punching. And I like the way he's punching. He's going under, he's coming over, he's coming around.
Every
Dogbe looks like he might be out of it.
Dogbe leading on the ropes. 40 seconds to go in round number 3. Dogbe with the left hand in response.
Big left hand.
Navarrete just shake it off and come right back.
Dogbe gained some distance and a moment to breathe.
His legs still don't look to be there, though. He is like on autopilot right now, trying to survive in this 3rd round is Dogbe.
Overhand right from Navarrete. Left from the body by Dogbe, but as Christina mentioned, not a lot of power there. Dogbe fighting on pure will and pride. And Dogbe.
They're not going to take an extra look at him. So
that's surprising.
I am surprised. We saw a lot of that in our last show in Stockton, where the doctors were very careful about looking at guys when the bell rang in their eyes. So we'll see what Isaac can do here if he's got his legs back.
Right shot to the body by Dogbe. Starting the 4th round. Eric Rothman, Christina Poncher, Brian Bomac, McIntyre with you in Tucson, Arizona. The first of our 2 championship fights here in tonight's main event. Vargas Burchelt, the rematch is the next match.
Oh.
Navarrete continues to come forward. Dogbe swinging, missing. Uppercut by Navarrete.
Navarrete can't keep, I mean, that dog boy can't keep taking those shots, man. Get it out, Bo.
Left to the body by Navarrete, who's picking his spots beautifully. Huge right hand across the chin of Dogbe.
Like he got his legs
I was
back.
just going to say that, Bomac, especially on the defensive end, because the volume punches continue from Navarrete. Picks up right where he left off in the third. I don't know if Dogbe has anything in those punches, Christina.
Well, probably because he doesn't seem to have much in his legs.
Yeah.
He's maybe not as wobbly, but he's still extremely flat-footed. Not on his toes at all. His dad, Paul, calling for him to move your feet, but he's dragging his feet. And this is a Dogbe that they promised us was at top physical condition.
Well, he got hit with a couple of huge punches in the third round. There's another one, a left hand uppercut from Navarrete. 3-punch combination in response from Dogbe. Dogbe going to the jab, now the body. Overhand right from Navarrete lands.
Navarrete is getting a little reckless.
And again, Dogbe is wobbly after getting hit with the left. Dogbe trying to recover. Dogbe again stumbles. Dogbe can't find his feet underneath him. Dogbe caught in the corner, and he falls forward. That is not a knockdown. But Dogbe's feet are just not there.
His legs is all over the place.
A very unsteady Isaac Dogbe here in the fourth round.
Oh.
Uppercut with the left hand from Navarrete. Dogbe just curling and taking it.
Left hook to the body.
Dogbe keep rubbing that nose. I wonder if it's broke.
Another left to that nose that might be broke of Dogbe. Dogbe again falters into the ropes. A straight left hand to the nose.
I like what Navarrete's doing. He's giving different angles.
An absolute domination by Navarrete.
Like I said, you can't challenge the heart of the former champ because he's got it. He's got all dog, like you talked about, Bomac, but there's something to be said about size, reach, and power. Let's not forget, Navarrete is not just a slick boxer. Of his 26 wins, 22 of those have been by knockout, and he's stopped 14 of his last 16 opponents.
And he's won 21 fights in a row since his only loss of his career. Fifth round here in Tucson, Arizona. Navarrete goes to the body with the right. That swollen right eye of Dogbe that he suffered in the second round has not gotten any better. And it's not going to anytime soon, the way Navarrete has been throwing punches.
He's got in some body shots.
Good combination by Dogbe. A left hook and a straight right. We'll see what the heart of Dogbe is made of here in these middle rounds.
This is what it's going to take.
Yep.
Now Dogbe has Navarrete on the ropes.
You don't need to be leaning like that on the Navarrete. You need to be moving his hands.
Good counter left from Navarrete. Now an overhand right.
Better
for Dogbe.
As Dogbe is starting to push Navarrete around a little bit.
And part of the reason was Navarrete just stayed right there in the corner with his back up against the ropes.
Now Navarrete trying to get some bounce on his feet, trying to get those legs working again.
And Navarrete's work rate has slowed down significantly in this round as well.
Navarrete ain't breathing heavy or nothing. He's got his mouth shut.
No, very cool.
Two good hooks from Dogbe, a third with the right hand. Dogbe with a little momentum here in the fifth round. Comes back with the left, now a right to the body. Dogbe pressing Navarrete. Straight left, right to the body. Overhand right, left hook to the body. Dogbe swinging for the fences here under a minute to go. Dogbe's father, Paul, still telling him to move those feet, slide to the side. He's throwing these punches, Bomac, but Dogbe is opening himself up quite a bit.
Yeah, well, because he's reaching. He's reaching for those punches, looking for that big shot.
Lands to the chin, Dogbe with the left hand. Now Dogbe on the ropes. Navarrete pinning him there. It does feel like, Christina, like you mentioned, that Navarrete taking a break here in the 5th.
Yeah, his punch output has lowered significantly, and it's enabled Isaac to have what has been his best round of the fight so far.
Round number 6 of 12 in this championship match.
Can Isaac build on some of that momentum that he got there in round 5? And can Navarrete come out and pick the work rate up again, because he kind of took that round off?
Overhand right from Navarrete after Dogbe landed with the body on the left side. Another left to the body from Dogbe.
Navarrete's favorite punch is that little short left uppercut and that left hook. He'll set it up where he'll touch it with the right. He'll touch it with the right, and then he'll go come with that left uppercut, just like that.
He just missed it.
Dogbe was stunned a moment ago with a big left from Navarrete. Dogbe with a big left hand. That one had a little oomph behind it. But again, Navarrete just standing in the middle of the ring. Going away, hits with the right. Now 2 left hooks. Moving forward for Navarrete.
His dad wanted him to move his feet. Dog boy, move his feet. He's looking for different angles.
He's having trouble finding them.
All right, guys, let him go. Stop. Step back. Stop.
Referee Chris Flores getting in the middle.
Isaac can't pull out like that.
What do you mean, Bo?
When I say pull out, see how he step around? You see it, and Navarrete favorite punch is that left hook. He steps right into that left hook. Just like that.
2 left hooks, one to the chin, one to the body.
Right, set it up with the right hand first.
And then gets popped with another left hook. Bomac called it.
And so the movement of Dogbe is giving Navarrete problems. That's why his dad wanted him to move his feet.
A straight right from Navarrete, and that is a knockdown. The 3rd time that Dogbe has gone down, but the 1st time it has been ruled a knockdown.
And that's why I say he cannot pull out like that. He can't pull out with your hands down and pull into and step into his power hand, which is his left hook or his left uppercut.
He goes right back to the left hook, does Emmanuel Navarrete.
Oh, man.
Another left hook. Dogbe trying to clinch, Navarrete won't let him. Dogbe in the corner, hit with another left hook, an overhand right, a left uppercut to the body.
Dogbe returned one
yes,
good
he did.
right hand.
He did. One on the
kept
counter.
the referee from stepping in right there.
Dogbe trying to show the referee that he still has some movement. Connects with the left hand on an uppercut.
10 seconds.
Navarrete.
He's a little sloppy with these punches, Navarrete. As these
yeah, well, he's trying to move his feet a little bit more, so Navarrete won't be able to land those big shots.
Dogbe coming out firing here in the 7th. Has a lot of work to do. Navarrete. Combination pushes Dogbe into the corner. Now Dogbe responds to the body.
Well, Dogbe punches don't have no effect on Navarrete.
Navarrete has landed 45% of his power shots compared to Dogbe landing 33%. Dogbe, nice overhand right, but the response from Navarrete is even stronger.
He's had an answer for everything that Dogbe has brought in this fight. Isaac has resulted to, I'm going to take 3 to land 1, because that's really the only opportunity and chance he gets to get inside. When you're at a, 7.5-inch reach advantage, what are you going to do? You're not going to jab your way in.
Well, the problem is that nothing would indicate that taking 3 to give 1 would result in a Dogbe victory, because he hasn't shown enough to knock out Navarrete. The math doesn't check out. Navarrete, Bomac, credit his training coming into this fight. His distance control and his movement around the ring has been superb.
Oh yeah, it starts off with him just touching Dog Bay. And sometimes he'll touch him with the right, sometimes he'll throw a little lazy jab and then come back up with a strong uppercut.
Minute to go here in round number 7.
Navarrete made it a point to say, I know that Isaac Dogbe doesn't like the pressure. He doesn't like someone coming forward, being in his face. And so I'm going to do that. And that's exactly what he's done all night. Very rarely do you see him retreating. If at all, it's just to get his position, and he's right back to stalking Dogbe.
For a guy in Navarrete, whose first big fight of his career was the last fight against Dogbe, he looks like a seasoned champion. Huge right hand. Straight across the face from Navarrete to Dogbe. Dogbe getting a little wild, comes over the top with the left hand, 10 seconds to go. When you're talking about a guy in Navarrete, or excuse me, in Dogbe, not only is he at the disadvantage in the height and the reach, but when you talk about that first fight and the beating he took in the final 4 rounds of that fight, for a guy who is so prideful, for a guy who so much of his career has been defying the odds and overcoming obstacles because of his disadvantage physically inside the ring, you just wonder, is 5 months enough not only to recover physically, but mentally as well?
If you were going to cover mentally, you need to start preparing as soon as that last fight was over. If you knew you was going to do a rematch.
Dogbe went back after the loss to Ghana, his home country, to train, changed his sparring partners, worked with doctors and nutritionists to get his body right. And yet, so far, in the 8th round in the rematch, the results appear to be the same. Navarrete, the bigger, more collected, and huge left hand by Navarrete. Overhand right, left hook.
Right hand that Navarrete too.
Dogbe doubling up on the jab, now pushing Navarrete into the corner.
One thing about it, Dogbe is in some shape.
Don't grab. Work. Let's go. Let's go.
Sometimes that's not enough, though, Bomac.
Yeah.
Might be the case here tonight. Nice overhand right and a left hook from Dogbe. Navarrete comes right back. Navarrete has answered every Dogbe flurry with beautiful counter punching.
Oh yeah, I like how he goes to the body and then he'll come back up to the head.
Both fighters swinging and missing haymakers. Just over a minute to go here in round number 8. There's Dogbe, nice combination, left and the right. And another slip nearly sends Dogbe to the canvas.
He's looking for those big shots.
I was listening in on the corner interview that was taking place with Paul Dogbe, the trainer of Isaac, and Father, he said that, I keep telling my son Isaac to move his feet. He needs to use more of his movement. And he was asked by Bernardo Osuna, how many more big shots, how many more exchanges will you let him to take? And he said, like you alluded to, Bomac, he's in physically in great condition. He's very fit, so I'm not too concerned about it right now at this point.
Overhand right lands for Navarrete. Comes back with a nice right to the body. Dogbe stands in there well. Dogbe definitely not as wobbly as he was there in the 3rd and 4th rounds.
Comes from being in shape. I'm guessing he takes a little bit of that power.
I spoke too soon. Dogbe stumbles into the ropes to finish round number 8. This is where Navarrete took over in the first fight, round number 9. He swept all 3 judges' scorecards in rounds 9 through 12 to win the belt from Dogbe. They trade hooks. Navarrete retreating. Dogbe putting on the pressure to start the 9th. Dogbe connects with the left, but not a ton of power behind it as he was moving away. His Swinging and missing. But Dogbe, the aggressor. Navarrete dancing out of trouble. Nice left uppercut for Vaquero. Emmanuel Navarrete, the cowboy.
Navarrete is looking for that uppercut. It's been landing all night.
Well, that's what was flush in that third round, where you thought it might be over. Uppercut after uppercut from Navarrete. Goes back to the uppercut again with Dogbe on the ropes. Straight right hand, lands flush for Navarrete.
That was every bit of that 71.5-inch reach to land that right hand.
7.5-inch reach advantage for Navarrete. 4 inches of height.
That's crazy long reach, too, for a 122-pounder. Not only is he 5'7", but 71.5-inch reach.
Let him go, Isaac, don't hold.
Navarrete, too, Christina, looks really fresh on his feet here in the ninth. And it's been a while, too, since Dogbe was able to get inside.
The problem is I just keep hearing his corner saying, move your feet, use your feet. That's not going to get it done.
Yeah, that ain't going to get it done. He got to throw some more punches.
He may be able to use his feet and survive.
Left uppercut, left hook from Navarrete, and then a jab with the left. Dogbe responds an overhand right. Dogbe bouncing off the ropes. Navarrete charging him. Now they switch positions. Navarrete toying with Dogbe, throwing him around like a ragdoll in the ring.
Navarrete coming on.
Okay, stop, relax.
30 seconds to go here in round number 9. Navarrete charges, a big overhand right out of the clinch. Left uppercut. Dogbe is on his heels, nearly held up by the ropes. Navarrete with the right hook. Dogbe a counter right of his own. Overhand right from Navarrete. 10 seconds to go in the round.
Corner right, I want to stop this.
Big right hand from Dogbe. Navarrete has thrown 718 punches in this fight. Dogbe 420, a 300-punch discrepancy through 9 rounds as we start the 10th.
Wow.
And of those 718, Christina, Navarrete has landed 40%. Navarrete has landed nearly as many as Dogbe has thrown.
I think Paul needs to take a serious look at his son right now and think about his health and his well-being and him living to fight another day, maybe against a fighter where he's not 5 inches shorter and 7.5-inch reach advantage, because this is taking, his son is taking a serious beating. You just said almost 300 more punches landing at a 40% success rate.
Dogbe, left to the body, right to the body. See some blood on the side of the right eye of Dogbe.
That's been there. That's been there. And it's just Navarrete is tapping it.
Yep. The right eye has been the target all fight long. Big left uppercut from Navarrete. Dogbe continues to come right at him.
He's such a warrior, and he has such a, a strong spirit that he said to me multiple times in interviews, they're gonna have to kill me to get me out of there. They're gonna have to take me out on a stretcher. Isaac won't quit. It would be a matter of his father, his trainer, Paul, saying, I've seen enough. Let's call it a fight. Live to have another fight. Live to have another day in the ring. Because Isaac, there's no quit in him. We saw that from the first fight.
Right.
Navarrete has not done much here in the 10th round, similar to what we saw in the 5th.
He's taking his time. He's trying to make sure he gets the right shot.
The difference was in the 5th, Isaac was throwing punches. He's not doing that here in round 10.
Big left, straight on the button by Navarrete. Dogbe comes back at the body in response, but again, nothing even phasing Navarrete.
Navarrete is looking for that big shot.
Lands with the jab. And a left hand to the jaw. Dogbe caught in the corner once again. Navarrete again smells blood. 10 seconds to go in the round. Might not be enough time in this round for Navarrete to pour it on, but he did find an opening there as the round was winding down. And that right eye of Dogbe is nearing complete closure. Huge combination to start the 11th round from Navarrete. Working off that jab. And if you're Navarrete, Bomac, really what's the incentive for him to push the action here in the 11th and 12th?
Really don't have to. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep picking your shots like you're doing. Just keep working. Unless you want to put a statement on this win.
Yeah, and I think he does. I mean, that's what he said all week. It's like, I wish I could have stopped him. I wish I could have got him out of there.
But you got to give Dogbe some credit too, with all the heart that he got.
Well, and obviously he's in better shape too, because he's, physically taken quite a beating, and he's still. This is the most movement up on his feet that I've seen him in since the 5th round. A little more on his toes, but it's maybe too little, too late. You can't just go in there and try to box now.
Right, he's moving, but he's not throwing. Accidental headbutt there. Dogbe came up underneath the chin of Navarrete. Under 1 minute to go here in the 11th round. Huge left uppercut as Navarrete connects yet again. That has been the signature punch of this fight. Snapping the head back of Dogbe. He goes with a right uppercut that time. It is the punch du jour. Straight left, overhand right. Navarrete picking his spots and executing beautifully. Dogbe stumbles. Trying to get out of pressure here with 10 seconds to go in the 11th round. Dogbe needs a knockout. He has not come anywhere close. Goes back out to the 12th round against Emmanuel Navarrete.
I mean, if anything, at any time, he needed to embody that Nejo spirit. It's got to be right here in round 12. He's got to go for broke and just try to get a knockout. That's it. Emmanuel Navarrete, Bomac, just like you said, no point in getting in there trying to exchange in a firefight.
Right. You got the fight won. You won every single round. Unless you want to make a statement to the rest of the 22-pounders out there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he still did make a statement. I mean, he cemented his victory, winning pretty much every round of this fight.
Dogbe getting inside wildly. Overhand left in response from Navarrete as they both wrestle into the ring. How much of that was Dogbe just falling over Navarrete after getting hit by the left?
Step back.
Two back-to-back hooks from Navarrete.
Navarrete still coming.
Yeah. And for Isaac, some fighters just have your number.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. And that's Emmanuel Navarrete has Isaac Dogbay's number.
1.5 minutes to go in the final round of a dominating performance by Emmanuel Navarrete.
He hurt his, I think Navarrete hurt his right hand.
Now Dogbay held up by the ropes, and Dogbay goes down for the second time in this fight.
He did hurt his right hand had been bothering him. Bothered him in the first fight, and he's shaking it out right now. Fortunately for him, there's 1 minute left in this fight.
And Dogbay's corner throws in the towel. Emmanuel Navarrete erases any doubt. A dominating defense against Isaac Dogbay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the blue corner steps in and prevents our fighter from receiving further punishment, forcing referee Chris Flores to step in and stop this contest with an official time of 2 minutes, 2 seconds of the 12th and final round. Declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, still the WBO Junior Featherweight Champion of the world, El Vaquero, Emmanuel Navarrete.
Adonis Creed. You don't remember me, huh?
What happened with you two?
We was like brothers.
I got some unfinished business.
Got to be talking about Dane.
I'm coming for everything. You threatening me?
Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
Creed 3, rated PG-13, only in theaters March 3rd.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with the action here at the Staples Center, once again presented to you by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, and being sponsored by Geico. This bout, 10 rounds for the NABF Junior Super Lightweight title. Supervisor Craig Hubble. Our 3 judges at ringside are Fernando Villarreal, Pat Russell, and Rudy Barragan. At the sound of the bell, the man in charge of the ring, referee Thomas Taylor. Introducing first, the man standing in the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing red with white trim. When he stepped on the scale, he weighed in at an official 139.5 pounds. In his 45th pro bout with an outstanding pro record of 40 victories against only 4 losses, with 28 of those victories coming by way of KO. The former super lightweight champion of the world from Denver, Colorado, Mile High, Mike Alvarado. Across the ring in the red corner, wearing Laker purple and gold, he weighed in at the limit of 140 pounds. He enters the ring, an undefeated pro with 20 victories, 7 of those victories coming by way of KO, making the first defense of his NABF Junior Super Lightweight title. From South El Monte, California, Arnold Barboza Jr.
Belt line's good here, belt line's good here. Guys, got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times, listen to my commands. Touch them up, back to your corner, gentlemen.
Chris, sometimes you look up and down a fight card trying to find where the fireworks are going to come, and when I looked at this fight card, Mike Alvarado, Arnold Barboza Jr. penciled that one in for the potential of fireworks here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, anytime you got a Mike Alvarado fight, you got the potential for fireworks. He's 38 years old. He's been in wars, but that punch does not go away. And Mike has got heavy hands. He can punch with both hands. I know he's going to look to show that power tonight against the young and very able Arnold Barboza Jr.
Barboza in the Lakers purple and gold, fighting in front of his hometown crowd, defending for the first time his NABF Junior Super Lightweight title against the veteran, 38-year-old Mike Alvarado. Alvarado coming off a win in October against Robbie Cannon, where he scored 2 knockdowns against Cannon in the second round before that fight was stopped. And Barboza last fought in December, a unanimous decision 10-round victory against Manuel Lopez. Barboza highly regarded. He's the number 4 prospect according to the WBO at 140 pounds. But Alvarado comes in with a wealth of experience. The former WBO junior welterweight champion has been in some wars, as Chris mentioned. notably against Brandon Rios and Juan Manuel Marquez. These two fighters also very familiar with one another, as Barboza served as a sparring partner for Alvarado in the lead-up to Alvarado Marquez. Barboza has come along as a professional in his own right, 27 years old. A 5-year pro out of South El Monte, California, the former football player, football star at South El Monte. Dropped quite a bit of weight from his playing days in the backfield for South El Monte High School as a fullback, where he weighed in at 210 pounds, now slim at 140 going against Alvarado.
Mentioning the wars of Alvarado, you forgot about the very dangerous Ruslan Provodnikov.
Yes. You know that guy pretty well, right?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
You know, I wanted to leave that out there. I was seeing you trying to bait you into it.
Oh, you got me. Anytime you fight that man, you're in a war.
Greatest Prescott as well against Alvarado, a great fight. And when you say an Alvarado fight, what does that conjure for you?
Wars. Wars and big punches. You know, Mike is a big puncher. He's got a lot of knockouts. He can end a fight at any time. You know, and he's often in there with punchers. He's not tonight. He's in with more of a boxer in Barboza, but you know, so far we're seeing that. We're seeing Barboza using his length, using his jab, tying Alvarado up when he gets close, moving him, but also letting his hands go and landing some good punches. So
the question is, at 38 years old, does Alvarado still have what it takes to fight at a championship level?
This is a classic crossroads fight. You know, we've got the 38-year-old veteran, and we've got the young up-and-coming prospect hoping to be contender, and you know, we see who goes on from here and who takes a slide down.
Barboza, trained by his father, Arnold Barboza Sr., a pro Barboza crowd here at the Staples Center in his hometown. Right there. As he vies for championship fights at 140 pounds, and I know he has his eyes set on WBC title holder Jose Ramirez.
Oh yeah, absolutely a huge step up for Barboza, and a win here catapults him into contender status.
Big right uppercut to start the second round for Barboza, who is defending that junior super lightweight NABF championship. Alvarado has won his last 6 fights after losing 5 in a row that many thought might end his career. He took a 14-month layoff in 2015 and early 2016 before returning in March of 2016, where he's now rattled off 6 wins in a row.
Barboza looking very sharp in these first 2 rounds. Really landing uppercuts at will on Alvarado, who's just coming forward, wading in, getting hit. But we've seen this from Alvarado before. You mentioned Brady's Prescott, who was winning all of the 8 or 9 rounds that the fight was going, and Alvarado came back to score several knockdowns and a knockout.
One thing that seems Barboza taking advantage of so far in the early rounds is his reach advantage. It's about a 3-inch reach advantage in favor of Barboza.
Yeah, Mike Alvarado never known as being much of a boxer or a jabber. You know, kind of a wade-in guy. Take some shots. You hit me once, I'll hit you. You know, you hit me twice, I'll hit you once if I can. But you know, he tends to take a lot of damage on the way in.
Taking some damage here early as Barboza goes back to the right hand uppercut, finds the chin of Alvarado.
It was a good try there by Alvarado. It was good timing on that overhand right.
Body shot with the left hand from Barboza. And if you're Alvarado, how much of it is timing with a younger fighter who's got a reach advantage against you?
You know, it looks like Barboza has a speed advantage as well. So George Foreman always said that timing beats speed. So Alvarado, you know, being the older guy, the veteran, you know, he's got that power, but you know, timing can beat that speed of the younger man, Arnold Barboza.
Barboza working the uppercuts. In Barboza's 20 fights in his professional career, just 7 knockouts.
Good body shot there by Barboza.
Unrelenting combination so far from Barboza as Alvarado stands in and takes the punishment.
Barboza showing really good balance tonight. You know, cutting angles, landing good power punches, sitting down on his punches. Like you said, not known as a puncher, having only 7 knockouts in his 20 wins, but tonight showing some good pop.
Those uppercuts especially.
And the body work.
Yeah.
primarily that left hook to the body. He's been throwing quite hard.
A three-punch combination as Barboza steps aside, tries to get position in the center of the ring. Alvarado came back with 2 left hooks. Alvarado, the former champion, winning the WBO World Super Lightweight title back in 2013. Trying to find a path back to a title defense. And at 140 pounds, comes to prospects. Arnold Barboza Jr. is a great test. Barboza Jr. looking to make a name for himself here on the undercard of the Lomachenko fight in front of his hometown fans and against a well-known fighter as Alvarado on the receiving end. And some combinations by Barboza, and Alvarado lands on his back and he can't get up. Alvarado grasping for the ropes, and Alvarado is done. Arnold Barboza Jr. defends his title in front of his hometown crowd.
I think we're seeing this replay here. I believe it was the right uppercut, left hook combination. And you saw the grimace from Alvarado after that combination landed. You can tell he got hurt. Straight right hand ended it. Didn't see it. And it's always the punch that you don't see that hurts the most. We'll see that again from a different angle. Here comes that straight right hand.
It was that left that started off the whole thing, Chris.
Boom,
you're right.
Boom, bang, right there. He blinded him with the left jab, put the right hand right behind it, put it right on his chin, and that's all she wrote.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout comes to an end with an official time of 49 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by way of KO, still NABF Junior Super Lightweight Champion from South El Monte, California, Arnold Barboza Jr.
Adonis Creed. You don't remember me, huh?
What happened with you two?
We was like brothers.
I got some unfinished business. Got to be talking about Dane.
I'm coming for everything. You threatening me?
Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
Creed 3, rated PG-13, only in theaters March 3rd.
Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 159.6 pounds. Wearing blue trunks, he brings a record of 1 win with no defeats. Fighting out of Toledo, Ohio, James, the Huntsman Jaws, Wesley II. Introducing out of the red corner, he weighed in at 162 pounds, wearing white trunks with gold trim. He also brings a record of 1 victory with no defeats. That victory coming by way of knockout, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. The legend lives on, Nico Ali Walsh.
Joe Tessitore ringside with Andre Ward and Tim Bradley. 8-man will be the 3rd man inside the ropes as the referee.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. Make sure you obey my commands. We're going to have a clean fight. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Come out fighting.
Dre, what is the next step of development for Nico Ali Walsh?
Improvement and growth. And for Ali Walsh, like he told us before, he wants to come out here and keep the name alive, and the best way that he can do that is to continue to win, continue to improve, and to continue to keep people interested.
Timmy, he did show that he can clip an opponent with a right hand.
Yes, he did. You know, I want to see him not push the jab. I want to see a solid jab. I want to see his chin tuck. I want to see a straight right hand instead of a looping right hand, and just great balance.
It's a little tighter with the jab early on here. Oh. Wesley's 36 years old. 15-year age difference.
See already that that's the shot that Wesley wants to land, is that right hand. And Ali Walsh has to make the adjustment because a fighter like Wesley,
There is
Good
the right
shot
hand
right
from
there.
Wesley, Dre.
That's what he's looking for, and he doesn't. Yeah, there it is again. He doesn't mind losing rounds as long as he can try to get that big shot through.
Ali Walsh is 6 foot tall. Wesley is 5'8". They go working behind that jab. That puts the combination together as a left hook on the inside, and then a right hand to the body. Good body work from Ali Walsh.
You don't see that often from, a young fighter. Ali Walsh going down to the body. Investing in the body is a good thing because it weakens the opponent, takes stamina away from the opponent, and also set up big shots over the top.
Wesley constantly looking for that right hand to counter over the jab.
It's available.
The reason Ali Walsh is getting hit with that is because his head is a little high. He's not tucking his chin down behind the guard. He's got a good jab working, but he's got to drop his chin a little bit because Wesley's trying to line him up for a big overhand right.
And another thing he has to do, he has to come down, all the bouncing around and jumping on his feet. As soon as he stops bouncing, boom, throw the right hand over the top. It's available for you.
Dre, you guys asked him about the movement, the bunny hop, the bouncing yesterday, and he said, listen, I'm actually coached to do it to try to put myself in flow. There's a good right hand. What did you think of that answer?
Well, that's what Sugar Hill wants him to do, but he doesn't have a lot of experience right now. Good shot right there from Ali Walsh.
Now chases him down. He said he got a little sloppy with the right hand in the pro debut, wants to be tighter and cleaner tonight against Wesley.
Yes, he got sloppy once he had his opponent hurt. That's always a tall tale sign when a young fighter gets the opponent hurt. How do they respond? So he looks a little calmer tonight.
Mixes in the uppercut as well.
I can tell you one thing. I see he does have some large legs, Ali Walsh, and he does have some punching power. You can hear the shots, the thudding punches that he's throwing.
Boom. Right hand from Ali Walsh. Good finish to round number 1 for Nico. An exchange here. Going to take a short break. Be right back to Atlanta. Round number 2. In that first round, Nico Ali Walsh landed 25 of 86 punches thrown. Had an 86-51 edge in punches thrown over Wesley.
Wesley's doing the same move. He's dropping down, and Ali Walsh stands tall, and he shoots the overhand right up top. It's not a hard concept, and Ali Walsh has to recognize that, and Sugar Hill tried to tell him that in the corner. He needs to make the adjustment.
Sugar Hill Stewart, the trainer of Nico Ali Walsh. A couple weeks ago, the famed trainer of Tyson Fury, the heavyweight champion of the world, who came up with the TKO victory over Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, Sugar Hill would recognize that his fighter is just thinking about offense, and he's not thinking about defense. Overhand right again. That's a huge flaw that I see with Nico Walsh. If he continues to get hit with right hands like that, he's not going to have a long career. Let me tell you that. He's shooting a jab from a bit too close. And like I said, he keeps bouncing up and down, trying to get his rhythm, shooting the jab just to shoot the jab. It's not an educated jab.
Well, listen, if he gets hit with a clean right hand in the right spot, he's going to have some trouble tonight. You don't have to worry about the rest of the career. He's got to make the adjustment now. And to answer the earlier question from round 1, Tess, I don't have a problem with Ali Walsh bouncing. He needs to know why he's bouncing. Don't just bounce for the sake of it. Know why you're doing it and know when you're supposed to do it.
That's a good point, Trey. Again with the right hand from Wesley.
It's getting closer and closer.
Tried to mix up the inside work, and now they tie up. And a man will separate them.
It's a small adjustment Ali Walsh needs to make. Just drop your chin down a little bit when you throw your jab. He's got long arms. You can have that left hand out and just drop your chin an inch, and you'll be protected from the right hand that's hitting him in the chin.
Good body shot, right hand getting around the flank, and then goes with the left hand. Took the angle, dug down. So 2 body shots from Ali Walsh. Tries to split the guard with a searing right hand. Goes downstairs again. So he's mixing up levels now.
Good sequence right there from Ali Walsh.
Yes, it was. It was beautiful. Great distance. Beautiful leverage on those punches.
But Wesley is still looking for the right hand.
1-2 from Ali Walsh. Right hand behind the jab. Right hand scores the knockdown by Nico.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He heard the clap for the final 10 seconds, and he hit the accelerator. And his father, the retired U.S. Marine Corps Sergeant Bob Walsh. Round 3. Oh! And he scores another knockdown 10 seconds into round 3.
5, 6, 7, 8. Walk to me. You want to continue? Yeah. He's done? No.
Corner came up to the apron, waved it off. Nico Ali Walsh, TKO, round 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside State Farm Arena, this bout comes to a conclusion at 2 minutes, 30 seconds of round number 3 for your winner by technical knockout, Nico Ali Walsh.
21 years old, 2-0, the grandson of the greatest of all time.
Adonis Creed. You don't remember me, huh?
What happened with you two?
We was like brothers. I got some unfinished business.
Gotta be talking about Dane.
I'm coming for everything. You threatening me?
Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
Creed 3, rated PG-13, only in theaters March 3rd.
Welcome inside the Pechanga Arena here in beautiful San Diego, California. This is boxing, this is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum, and brought to you by Boost Mobile, Money is Power, and by the new feature film Samaritan, starring Sylvester Stallone, coming to Prime Video August 26th. This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds in the junior welterweight division. Our judges at ringside, Jerry Cantu, Pat Russell, and David Sullivan. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Jack Reese. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, presented in association with Zanfer Promotions. He weighed in at 142 pounds, wearing maroon trunks with black and gold.